After this video, you will be more thoughtful when it comes to investing in altcoins, and you might reconsider some of your decisions. No, I'm not a Bitcoin max, even the opposite. I'm always an advocate of looking for good opportunities. I just feel that everyone is looking for the next Pepe, while the opportunity is elsewhere, and I just think that's the wrong approach currently. And in this video, I'll address when and in which altcoins you should actually invest. Stay tuned. Hello guys, my name is Željko and welcome to Unsymmetric. So the main question today is, why are you even buying altcoins? Because you're looking for an asset that offers a better risk-reward ratio than Bitcoin and Ethereum, and since in crypto markets you can have lower risk than in these two coins, you're obviously looking for something that might give you better potential returns in the long run. So when you're considering some altcoins, you immediately assume that the potential reward is higher than if you invested in Bitcoin, because the smaller coin, the lower market cap, usually it comes with a much higher risk as well. Majority of people that are investing in crypto today saw a rally of Pepe of 400,000% or 400x, and a guy that invested $250 in Pepe and sold it for 1 million. They become highly attracted to that, try to replicate it, but fully disband anything else. So I can see many people recently trying to find that coin in which they will invest 1,000 or even $100 and became a crypto millionaire. Usually what I notice is people look at many different meme coins or small cap alts, it doesn't matter, and invest like $100 into 100 different coins, which is a total of 10k, hoping to end up in a range from 100k to 1 million or even higher. The reason why this approach is today, we have more projects than ever, and 99% of these projects lose 99% of their value, unfortunately. So if you decide to opt for a path similar to this, you can't look at the crypto as a side hustle. You need to be fully focused because it's demanding when it comes to time, understanding technical analysis, understanding tokenomics, different niches, and you need to be fast, patient, good decision maker, and have a good strategy and a lot of luck as well. So there are multiple problems with this. When it comes to identifying these coins, the first thing that people do wrong is they want to invest a whole 10k or a whole $100 into 100 projects at once. And usually they pick a bad timing for that as well. So even if you apply strategy like that, you need to see what are the potential narratives ahead of us and focus on riding these narratives. Also, you need to be fast, because even if you catch some project that is going 20x up, if you invest once the project is 50% up, there's still like 13x. But if you invest when the project made 3x, there is like 6.5x left for the project to go up, and so on. Also, you should never invest all of the money at once, because if you miss the narrative and timing, your whole account will be blown out, especially with small caps, and especially now when there are more people watching markets than ever. Also, you never know if something new will come up with some revolutionary technology or feature and beat all the competitors in which you invested previously. Finding these projects was much easier before, especially if you invest in IDOs when projects didn't have vesting periods, so you could immediately sell all of your tokens once they are realized on DEXs and make pretty much from 2x to 10x really fast. Now tokenomics of the projects are slightly different, and specifically if you look into layer 2s on Ethereum or new layer 1s, they come up with a lower total supply initially, but a high inflation rate, which pretty much decreases the potential for high returns in the long run, but increases the total supply of the coin. So this is a good for the project in a long run, but not that optimal for the investors when it comes to the short-term returns. Another thing to look into is the entry and exit price. So when you're buying and exiting the project, buying is maybe slightly easier. I prefer to do it on breakouts and retesting of support, since even if you miss some gains, you slightly decrease the risk, and the upside on smaller coins is usually high enough, so you don't need to worry a lot about this if you're at least a bit realistic with your expectations when it comes to returns. For the exits, if you wait for a coin to get 100x before you sell it, you will either have a situation where it goes 10x and then decrease even below buying price, or you will have a situation where the coin goes 100x, you sell it, and it continues rallying up. So it's impossible to maximize returns. Both of these happened to me in the past, unfortunately. So usually the best approach is to sell some at 2x, some at 5x, some at 10x, and so on, since this will allow you to make some returns and to redistribute the money into something that hasn't taken off yet. Even if you apply everything so far, it's not highly likely that you will be able to get in a range of 10x to 100x in one market cycle, since as time progresses, we're gonna have some diminishing returns. If you do something like this with small caps, that pretty much means that you need to follow each of them all the time and be quick with your actions, either taking profits or accepting losses early enough and moving money elsewhere once you see some dead coin patterns. In the previous market cycle, we saw 20x on Bitcoin and 60x on Ethereum, and in this one, I believe that we're gonna see slightly diminished returns, specifically for altcoins, because a lot of people already made money in crypto and they are already knowledgeable enough, and they don't even need these super high returns to live the life that they want, so they become more risk averse. And due to this, I don't think that we're gonna see such a huge decrease in Bitcoin dominance overall in comparison to previous market cycles. So regarding the timing of buying these projects, I want to go through some charts. I know that I'm showing this chart pretty often in my videos, but I think this is really important to have in mind when you're considering where you're gonna invest your money. And I noticed that everyone is calling for alt season, like the last time when everyone called for the alt season, I was asking like, where do you see it? Because the Bitcoin dominance is continuing rallying up. So if we just look at this time frame pretty much from the May of 2021, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is going in one channel, and we can see that it is consistently increasing lately. And specifically Ethereum dominance is increasing even more. And I think, if you want to expose yourself to a higher risk, Ethereum might be the best asset to do it. Now we have more altcoins than we ever had before. And when you look at the chart, you can see that the altcoin dominance is constantly going down. And now we finally saw some increase in the stablecoin dominance. And I think this is also a bad sign, and this means that we are close to a potential sell-off in the future. Whether the catalyst is the bad macroeconomic situation, whether it's something else, I just don't think that now when you look into the charts, I'll go through comparison of some different assets just to show you why I'm pointing this out. If you look into the Ethereum and Bitcoin valuation, we can see that Ethereum is pretty much oscillating in this channel, and I feel like the closer we are to this line and holding the support, Ethereum becomes better opportunity, especially on a long run, since the majority of the big projects are developing on Ethereum. And with the evolution of the layer 2s, I believe that this is something that will most likely happen in the future. I don't see Ethereum going down, maybe for some short time frame if we have a sharp pullback, but otherwise I expect Ethereum dominance to increase in the markets further, and I expect its valuation to increase in comparison to Bitcoin in the long run. The chart that is pretty interesting to me is XRP, because a lot of people are talking about XRP, and we can see that it pretty much decreased a lot, and now it's oscillating into this channel. This is one of the reasons why I say, for example, you have much less risk staying in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and potential returns for these other coins, even if Ripple wins lawsuit against SEC. I don't think that it will go far above this channel, in my opinion. maybe something else happens, but the time will show. Same applies for Solana. If you see, the Solana is also going down and now it's holding a support. But this chart in a long run, it doesn't look good. You know, like if you exited here from Solana and bought Bitcoin, you would be better off. If you exited here, you would be better off again, you know. So the earlier you exited, you would be better off, you know. Like majority of these coins reach its peak like in 2001. Some of them are like at the end of 2001, some of them at the start. But like after the 2001 and like the peak of the bull market, majority of them pulled back a lot. Matic is again say similar as Ethereum. It's an oscillator, but again, you know, like in my opinion, it's high risk because you don't know which layer 2s you're gonna use mainly. And for example, I'm aware that there is a lot of gaming development on Polygon, and still if the price of Matic doesn't drop a lot like to this line or something similar, I don't think that it's a great buy when you look at the risk reward ratio. If you look at the Avax, which was pretty much one of the most booming coins during the previous bull run, you can see that the Avax in comparison of Bitcoin, it's consistently decreasing. And when you look into the chart like this, you don't think that this decrease is a lot, but like even like from this point to this point, that's 27%. That is not a small number. So one of the coins that people talk a lot is a Link. Like if you see, it's pretty much similar to Avax. And these are even some of the largest coins in the markets. And like with smaller caps, I think that they are dropping even more than these larger ones. So I don't think that this is great chart in my opinion to invest into. You know, like if you look into the Bitcoin dominance again, you want to see Bitcoin dominance reaching its peak, which I don't believe we are yet there. I think that we're gonna go to 51, 52%, so somewhere like this with the pullback of the price. And then I believe it will be a good time to go into altcoins and prepare for the next bull run. The next coin which I wanted to look is the Cake, but pretty much all these charts, they look similar. You know, like Cake is also one of the biggest dexes and people expected much more in terms of pricing. But also one of the things that people don't look into is like high inflation of the coins. This applies for the Cake, this applies for the Ripple. If you see that some coins are giving like 40% on staking, API, and really high returns, you should always be worried where this yield is coming from, you know, what will be the price of the coin, because usually these high returns apply for the high inflation coins. If you look into the Litecoin, I talked about this in the previous video, and I think the valuation will increase in a short term. Before the halving, we should go past this channel, in my opinion, at least to, I don't know, maybe somewhere like this, create some fake out, and then I expect a continuation down as we had in the past as well, especially as the Bitcoin halving is approaching. One coin and one chart that I really like to see, and this is something that you should consider buying when you're looking into BTC and altcoins valuation. You want to see consistent creation of like higher highs, higher lows, and here again higher highs. So we'll probably make like higher low maybe at this area or something like this. And if these trends continue, this is something that I would consider buying in the future. But this is the chart that you will rarely see on the alts, especially in a bear market, where usually valuation of the majority of the altcoins is decreasing in comparison to Bitcoin. Also, another thing is I feel that buying alts at the start of the bull run or even in the middle of the bull run is much better option and much safer, since a lot of them will just drop off during the bear market, and you will pretty much, by not investing into them, you will skip those who will drop during the bear market. And like in the bull market, majority of them will make some returns, you know. Some of them might stay at the price at which they were initially, but like not many of them will lose 99% of the value. As you can see, in the bear market. And that's why I like to wait and to see clear patterns like this and clear indications that we're gonna have a bull run before going into alts. And I feel on this way, you might not achieve like highest returns, but you will need much less luck, much less timing, and you will already see and catch the narratives because these things are much easier to do in the bull market. Anyway, I hope that you liked the video. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Stay strong and healthy. Bye.